Hey there, everyone. I'm here to present you my gas arrow poison Pathfinder build that I've been playing for a bit now. Um, about this build, it's actually a really good mapper, not exactly a brutal boss killer or anything. Uh, I was able to kill tier 3 Ash. Wasn't too hard, to be honest. I didn't really do too much damage to it, but I could do it nonetheless. I didn't try the last one yet. Um, and the mapping is quite enjoyable. It's not as good as a really good Spark Mage, the Archmage Spark build, but it can clear pretty good. And the one thing I noticed is that this doesn't require too much investment, and I actually feel that it's tankier with this amount of life and energy shield than what I had on my Spark Mage with 5k energy shield and 6k mana. It's probably because of the evasion that I have combined with Ghost Dance, Wind Dancer, and Green Feast. I very rarely die. I mean, if I die, it's probably just a bullshit map with burning ground, and there's a bug with energy shield enemies don't recover life on kill that I have on my gear, so life and mana doesn't recover if I kill a monster with energy shield on it. So those are the things that I have to avoid. But anyhow, I'll just do a map showcase. It's a tier 16 map, nothing extra. I even have reduced flask charges on it. I don't think it will matter too much, although gas arrow takes half of my mana, but it's fine because I'm a Pathfinder. So let's just do a tier 16 map with breach on it. I mean tier 17 actually, because it's irradiated. I'm using actually increased area effect so that it covers more ground on maps. And it's actually really good feeling to play this. And enemies mostly don't even hit too much. Even if they do, I barely noticed anything. It's quite easy to get through them. The one thing that is kind of hairy, if so you have to avoid explosions on the effects. They don't one shot, but they hurt quite a lot. That's actually one of the things that actually can kill you. Otherwise, monsters hitting me don't really do any significant amount of damage. Even rituals are quite easy to do. So that's about it. Here's a breach. Let's do it. I have 40% more pack size on the passive tree. Okay, sometimes they can gang up on me and stun, but they usually don't kill me. It's very rare to the increased pack size actually makes it harder because before I didn't have it. was a bit easier, but they body block me, and it's quite annoying. I can't move because they push me back all the time. Um, and I mean, it's not as good as a Spark Mage, but I mean, it's not bad. I can move actually, because they push me back all the time. And monsters, well, it's quite good. I mean, it's not Spark Mage, as I said like 10 times already, but I kind of enjoy it. If you look at my energy shield and like they don't really move, even if there are more enemies on me. Um, Probably because of Green Feast and then Wind Dancer and Ghost Shrouds recover my uh, energy shield before it could get to my life. And okay, there was one hit, but that was ignite, so it's damage over time. It's the usual thing that can damage me. So I really avoid it. Oh, I actually leveled up. Nice. Didn't even notice. I don't even stress myself either. There was a map when I had like 10 breaches. I mostly left everything on the ground until I finished the map and I didn't die till the end. I mean, if you um, watch out for map mods and don't do things that you can't actually do, you don't die. It's quite relaxed. Okay, that was an ignite something. Sometimes they can hit quite hard if the moons align. I mean the planets. Uh, so that's about it. It's too bad I didn't get any more breaches. Where's the last? So is it here? No, it's just bugged again. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's at the end, at the start. Yeah. I'm not gonna pick up anything for now. I'll kill the last monster and go out. Oh, there's another breach. Never mind. Okay, let's. For when I started the build, I wanted to do the flask part of the Pathfinder ascendancy so that my life flasks don't end when I get to full life. But at the end, I actually found that I didn't need it. I rarely need to press the life flask anyway. I have enough recoveries so that I don't die. And even if I do, it's quite rare, so doesn't matter. And I'll go over the build just a bit. Let's do this last ritual here, and oh, I also forgot to use the other skills. Would have helped me quite a lot. Do we have anything interesting in here? No, not really. Okay. Oh, Woman of Corruption, that's nice. Let's grab that. Regal Exalt. And let's leave. And go over the build. Now this build only needs, well, unlike in POE1, we don't really have um, damage over time multipliers, so we have to get as much physical on the bow as we can, physical damage or chaos, but bows can't roll chaos damage, so I don't think a cultist bow is worth it. So as much physical as possible, plus the level of projectile gems helps a lot, along with some life and mana gain on kill is very good, since we can't use crit, we don't need them, and +2 arrows, +1 arrow even is really expensive. Even a dual string is expensive, so I'm stuck with this for now. On the quiver, I have physical damage with both skills, plus the projectile skills, dex, and some mana per enemy killed, which I really like because I don't have to press my flask too much. I still have to, but this helps sustain my mana along with this. Now, if you saw that I have fire damage on here, well, otherwise it would be a dead mod, but I thought I would use the original sin since it's really cheap and we had the downside taken off after the patch. So uh, I think I mean, it's not just think, but it's actually worth it. If you look here at my damage numbers, I have 10, 4 to 10k poison damage. If I take it off, goes down to 3 to 6, 7,000. So it's quite good, but it's good because I'm using Hawa, Hand of Wisdom in action. So I'm getting a lot of lightning damage per intelligence. Also, the attack speed is quite nice on it. So these two give a lot of damage. I can't show it without because I won't have enough dexterity for it because I'm using a level 33 gas arrow. So the mana multiplier is crazy. I don't know why GGG thought that this is acceptable. This is absurd, but I have to make it work somehow. So basically, I'm stacking a lot of physical damage plus gem levels so that my attack damage effectiveness is as high as I can get it so that I get the most out of my bow. I also get physical on the quiver, some other damaging mods, even some fire, but this would be better if it was like a high lightning or cold, maybe. Okay, so if I gone over, yeah, so original sin so that I can use my elemental damage as for the poisons, because otherwise it wouldn't count towards my poison damage, because elemental can't poison. And since we convert all the elemental damage to chaos, then we can use it to poison along with physical. So physical and poison can, physical and chaos can poison only. Okay, so the other ring also has some flat damage, life, resist dex, because we also stack dex and int for Hand of Wisdom in action for more damage and attack speed. And that's about it for the damage side, I guess. On the amulet, I have +2 prod skills, some spirit, energy shield, and resist and intelligence. I actually dropped this. Dropped it, or maybe I got it from Alva. I don't know because it was quite a long time ago. Anyhow, this is a really good amulet for me now. Helmet, life, energy shield, resists int, usual. Body armor, I could have gone with full intelligence, I mean full energy shield evasion, but I need the spirit, and yeah, it's quite expensive, and I found this quite cheap, and for it to make sense to upgrade from this would be quite a lot of investment, so I'm fine with this for now. I also have life, so I'm not CI, it's fine. And 191 life is pretty good. Resist and some dex as well. It doesn't really seem too much, but this chest now would cost like 15 to 20 divines ish, something like that. And I got it for like 2 or 3 divines. Back when it didn't really, it wasn't really that popular. The boots, movement speed, energy shield, life, int, and resists. I'm going hybrid, so this was a better alternative. This belt is just so that I can manage my resistances. I even have one less resistance. I could get one from somewhere. Should maybe. I'm using a punch arm. Does it work? I don't know. Maybe it has to work. Life flask, just a normal flask. I mean, I'm gaining charges per second, and I'm getting more out of it. I bought it actually because of the this ascendancy node. I was going to take it, but then I actually realized that it's not worth it. I don't really need to survive. Don't need it to survive, so I went with the unaffected by slows and less movement speed penalty, so that I don't get slowed on maps and I can just go quicker. Actually, I hate when I get slowed. I even get slowed like this. I don't know what slows me sometimes. Then the most important thing for this build is poison proliferation. So if we kill a poisoned enemy, the strongest poison will transfer to other enemies within 1.5 meters, which is really good. If you watch the showcase, it shows that if you poison one, then it jumps to the other, and enemies quickly die. It helps also ramp up poisons on the enemy. And this actually doubles our poison count. So we originally have 4 poisons. I'll get over it from where we get the 4 in just a bit. And it doubles. We get less poison duration, but we stack duration on the tree, so it's fine. Okay, so let's go over the rest of the notes. I'm going over here on the attack speeds part, projectile speed, projectile damage, dex. I'm grabbing this flask node here because I'm scaling the mana and life recovery from the flasks, and I need a lot of charges to sustain my mana. It helps a lot. I'm taking the Spears node because sometimes it's good to, when it procs and it goes further, it's better. I mean, this is not really important here, but this is the better route. Maybe I could take the attribute part, but this is good. Okay, now the meat. We get to poison nodes. We get through here. We scale a lot of poison magnitude so that our poison gets bigger when we hit enemies. So we get a lot of poison magnitude here. We also get maim and some more poison magnitude. I'm getting here some elemental ailment threshold, which is not mandatory. I just took these because I didn't know where to put my last 2 points, and since I got one more, I might put it somewhere else. I'm grabbing this bonuses from quiver, some flask effect duration, which is good because it scales our recovery. Then we get here to +1 poison, so this ramps up our poison to +2. So if we get here, we get 2 poisons. Then skill effect duration and poison duration. The poison duration is the good part here, because you have to scale poison duration, which I have 5 seconds. The base is 2 seconds, so you have to scale it up from there. The thing is that the more duration the poison has, the more damage it deals. So it basically is that the amount of poison damage it would deal in 2 seconds, then it goes over. I mean, it's just more because the poison is more on the enemy, so it stays more on the enemy. It's the duration of the poison is more. I go over here on evasion. I get some evasion rating here. Get down here, we get the more duration of ailments. So ailments, damaging ailment is poison. So this also gets me more duration on my poison and deal damage faster, which is a direct multiplier on the poison. So I don't know if it actually shortens the poison duration, but it basically does more damage in the amount of time it's active. So this is really good. There's not many of these nodes on the tree. Actually, this is the only one. Then I go over here, get more evasion and movement speed. And then I get here, I grab some dexterity, evasion and dex, and some evasion rating from my body armor. Also attack speed per 15 dexterity, so this also gives me a lot of attack speed here. And I come over here, grab the increased effect of poison you inflict on targets that are not poisoned. So the first hit, the first poison you inflict is bigger, 16% increased. It's quite good. Then I go over here and I get 2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield on helmet, which I have 280, so that's doubles. That's 560 energy shield evasion actually. So it's worth it to get more energy shield on the helmet, but it's quite expensive. So I opted for this version for now. I'll be upgrading later to get more evasion, because evasion is quite strong. I'll get to it in a bit. I also grab reduced mana cost and mana regen, because it uses a lot of mana, so the skill. So we have to get some more mana regen and less cost. And we go over here, poison magnitude and life recovered on killing a poisoned enemy, so we get 2% of our lives back, which is really good. Now I don't really take too much damage on my life, but if something would go through my life, then I get it back. So like bleed and poison, I think, go through the energy shield. Then we go over here, we grab +1 level of chaos skills. which I think gas arrow is a chaos skill. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I checked that. I wouldn't have spec'd into it anyway. Then we get here, we get increased poison duration for every poison we inflict. So we can inflict 8 poisons on an enemy. Then it would increase our poisons by 80%, poison duration by 80%, which is really good. So I think my poison duration goes up to like 6.5-ish, maybe even more. But this only scales the base 2 second. So it doesn't scale all of it that I have here, 5 seconds. It only scales the 2 seconds, so 60% of 2. That's what I get over this. Then we get here, and we get 1 plus 1 poison. That goes up to 3. So we have 3 poisons now. And we double it with this node, that's 6 poisons. And then I'll show you a bit later where we get our 4th poison. So we get 8 in total. We could go up to 10, but I found that this glove is better damage-wise than plus 1 poison on the snake bite. So I'm using this actually, it's better. And we get here, I get plus 1 energy shield per 12 evasion or body armor, which we have some. This ideally should be fully evasion energy shield base without a life. So we could get about 1000 something ish if I got better armor, but it's quite expensive with spirit. Then I get eternal youth, so I can recover energy shield with my life flask. And then I have some curse effect nodes allocated in here for a quicker curse activation. I got through here because I can't allocate jewel sockets with weapon set points, so if I switch weapons, it's applied. Okay, now let's go over the skills. I use gas arrow to poison enemies. I use vine arrow for extra benefits. I will go over it in a bit. And I also use toxic growth to poison and apply wither. I use temporal chains to curse enemies. And I use also plague bearer, which I always forget to use. Yeah, but it's a good extra damage. I think it should need a buff, and I forget to use it because it's not quite good. I mean, it's good because it stores a lot of poison, but it only inflicts 1 poison. Whatever. Okay, so let's go over the gas arrow first. I use deadly poison for more magnitude of poison I inflict. The less damage with hits doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but we get more from the magnitude than what we lose. I use comorbidity, so this is the source of the 4th poison, so we get doubled, then it's 8. I use magnified effect so that it covers more area in the poison cloud. It's better for clearing and stuff. You can swap it for conk effect for more damage when you do bosses and stuff, but it limits the area. It doesn't get much. It's about half the size. It's good for damage, but sometimes bosses move out quickly from it, and poisons don't really stack too much, so it's situational. I use heft for more maximum physical damage. Poison skills don't really have too much damage multipliers to use. Maybe I'm just stupid and I didn't notice something, but yeah. And I also use scatter shot for 2 additional projectiles. If I had enough money, I would buy a better bow that would shoot more arrows, but it is what it is. And we go over to Vine Arrow, which I use to slow enemies. I also apply maim on hit, which, if I think about it, I probably should use it on toxic growth. Yeah. Because this doesn't really hit too much, it just falls and hits once, so momentum would deal more damage if you move 2 meters after I put it down, so it's actually good. I use Font of Blood because if I put it down, it regenerates life. Actually, it says it regenerates 2% of life if I'm near it, which is really good. And I also use Font of Rage on it, so that I generate rage, which actually raises the damage. If you can see it, it ticks up all the time, so it's really good. It scares my poison damage as well. And then I use Concact. This shouldn't be here. Yeah, that's the problem. I put the gem on the wrong. Yeah, it should be here. I mean, you can also swap them around, whatever feels better. These aren't set in stone, so you can always switch them around. Now, with toxic growth, it's good to use Withering Touch, because when you shoot them out and you poison them, they hit them all at once, and they can stack Wither on the enemy quickly, so that every hit from these applies a Wither on hit, so that Wither is applied and more stacks apply every time. Sorry, my voice is starting to go away. Okay, I use conk effect so that these spores are closer to each other, so that they hit the monsters more effectively. Then maim for maiming and slowing them more. Temp chains to apply so if you put temp chains on a monster, it moves slower, but the buffs on them also, debuffs on them also expire slower, so that my poisons also last longer because they expire slower. Then I use heightened curse for more effective, increased effect of curse, and cast speed so that it casts a bit quicker. Plague Bearer with Chaos Mastery +1 level. Doesn't really have too many options. And I use Wind Dancer to get more evasion per stage that we get. So it's four times 19% more, which is really good. Then we trigger Gear Force when we get hit, and we can apply Pin, Blind, Corrosion to it, so that when one monster hits us, that it applies all of these to it. Withering Presence for so that we can apply Wither to every enemy around us. It's more damage. Wither is really good for poison. And then I use persistence for more duration of wither stacks, and I use cannibalism also to recover life on kill when this is active. So every time I kill a monster, I get recover 4% of my life. And I also stack this with this node that has 2% of life recovered, so that I actually recover 6% of the life uh, of my life when when I kill an enemy, which is quite a good amount of recovery when I'm mapping. I also use Ghost Dance to recover energy shield based on my evasion rating. So 5% of my evasion rating is recovered when I lose a Ghost Shroud, which I mean, I have 11,000 of, so 5% of this recovered per Ghost Shroud. It can really help when monsters are hitting me, and this is one of the reasons why I can recover and sustain all my energy shield on maps. I use this so that my I gain ghost shrouds quicker, so that they stack up quicker on my maps. I use clarity also for a bit more mana regen, then Grim Feast, so that I can recover energy shield when I kill monsters. It's really good. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get nerfed. That's about it for my skills. I went over the items, over the passives. Oh yeah, and I also have to show my jewels. I forgot. I'm using damage, generic damage on prefixes like damage with bows, projectile damage, things like this. And then I use on the suffixes, damaging elements deal damage faster. I use this on every jewel I have because this is a direct multiplier, so it's really good. And then the duration of damaging elements. Also, same on this. Duration, damaging the elements deal damage faster, and some damage, generic damage, whichever I can get. Where's another? Yeah, same here. Lightning damage doesn't really apply. Maybe it does because I use original sin. Probably it does. Duration and deals faster. And I have a Prism of Belief for +3 gas arrow skill levels, so that I get as many levels as I can. Then the same here, damage, duration, and deal faster. These two nodes are I mean, you can switch them around. These two nodes are the more important ones. These you can switch around. Okay, I think this is it. So if I boss, usually just put down one or two of these, and then I use the toxic growth to apply wither. And that's about it. I think I might leave another showcase at the end of this video, but thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I will try to answer everything as much as I can. Let me know if I left out something, or maybe there's something that could be better for the build. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, this is it. Take care. See you.